Okay, so for some fun today, we're going to take a look at racking wine with inert gas. So that means basically pressurizing your container with either nitrogen or argon and building up enough pressure to actually push the liquid out into your receiving container. So why would you want to do this? Well, I think it's, for a lot of home winemakers, a really underutilized device. This is called a bulldog racking wand, and it allows you to simultaneously transfer the wine and protect the wine from oxygen. So particularly with delicate whites or reds like Pinot, you're going to have the advantage of moving the wine completely protected by gas and minimizing that churning that happens when you use the pump. It's just a good thing. Also, if you have a wine with high VA, you're really going to be protecting it from air when you're moving it from one vessel to another. So let's take a look first off at the parts of this bulldog racking wand. So we're going to come down to the end here. And that little pin sticking out at the end is called a lees pin, and it's adjustable. So let's see if we can shorten it, and you can see what I mean. So you can see now it's pretty much up into the chamber. So this allows you to be selective about just how much lees material you want to transfer with your wine. So you can have a nice inch or 2 inch height on the racking wand and be completely out of the lees, or you can pretty much flatten the device right into the very bottom, particularly if you're doing a final racking, before bottling and the wine is clean. You don't want to leave a lot of wine behind. So adjustable lees pin. And moving up the device, this is going to be the bung, and you tighten it using this nut. It expands in the bung hole and makes a nice tight seal so that when the gas comes in, none of it's allowed to be released through the bung. This particular size really only fits 60-gallon barrels, 30-gallon barrels, 15-gallon kegs, pony kegs. When you start talking about smaller barrels, 8 gallons, 5 gallons, those openings cannot accommodate this large of a bung. So you really can't use this device. Probably just using gravity would be the best way to move your wine with those small amounts. Okay, so moving a little further up the wand, this is the system that's going to transfer the gas in. So I'm going to kind of move it a little bit, get a little different angle. So you're going to attach your gas line here. You've got a valve that you can open and close, which is kind of nice to control the gas flow. And you've also going to have a gas tank with a regulator on it. You definitely want a regulator. You don't need to go up much higher than 10 psi when you're racking with gas. So that's a pretty low amount of pressure to get a nice flow. This final device here is your pressure relief valve. It should pop open if you're developing too much pressure within the container, and we'll talk about that in part 2 when we actually do the transfer. So moving up the length of the racking wand, it's adjustable, so it will fit various containers, like I said, 60-gallon barrels, 30 kegs. And up here is where the wine is going to flow out. So the gas will come in through here, pressurize your container through the bottom part of the stem. The wine will flow up this chamber and will come out the top here. So you are going to need a little attachment at the top, and we'll put that in the picture here. So that is a triclover fitting with a hose barb, and basically what's going to happen, we're going to use this gasket. You're going to attach it here. You're going to attach your hose to the barb. It's a 1/2 inch barb on this particular model, and the wine will flow out of the hose into whatever receiving vessel you need. And this particular item is just the clamp that will hold it all in place. So pretty simple setup. Runs somewhere around $200. The nitrogen and argon tank will run you, with a regulator, another couple $100, but once you've paid for your initial setup, you're good to go. So that's how that's going to work. So we're going to move on to part 2 and rack a little bit of Pinot. Okay.